Hi, so my name's Rory Young, and along with my partner Aileen Gibson, we run Solway Free Range Eggs. We've been producing free range eggs since 2009, and with this new expansion we should have 129,000 hens. So we came across Big Dutchman and NewQuip actually when we came into the industry in 2009, but made the decision at that point to go with another manufacturer. So we came across Big Dutchman and NewQuip within the industry. They're very well known, both as a UK distributor and as Big Dutchman. They have an awful lot of equipment out there. We speak to a lot of people within the sector and hear a lot of good things about their equipment. So the decision to buy the Nutura Nova system was a complicated one and a decision that wasn't taken lightly. This is a fairly big investment for us. There's 64,000 birds going into this site, and there were certainly an awful lot of facets in that decision that we had to take on board. We liked some of the future-proofing elements with the perching within the system. We liked the accessibility for both staff and for birds to move around the system. We felt that it gave us opportunities to bring certain welfare elements into the shed and into our systems. We've never bought a system before that we haven't been able to actually go and see and touch and talk to other producers who have used and have experience of it. And if I'm being perfectly honest, it was a decision we were probably quite surprised that we did take, but we feel so far that it's been the right decision. And now that we see the system in place, we don't have birds in it yet. We certainly are looking forward to getting birds in and seeing how it behaves. So we've decided to use a number of different added features in this system to try and improve animal welfare. We've installed manure drying to try and help us reduce ammonia emissions from the shed. We also have installed a heating system through ground source heat pumps, which will help us to control the atmosphere in the shed, the humidity and the temperatures, which we feel is quite important to try and improve the environment not only for the birds but also for our staff. So some other features that we really like about the system and the equipment we have is the makeup of the system, that it's on 3 fairly equal tiers. So each level, if you like, has access to feed, water and a nest box. So if there is a hierarchy within the birds, they can move around in the system. We also like the fact that we have LED lighting in the shed, so we can use that as a management tool if we have any issues with aggression in the birds throughout the flock. And a feature which we've also added here is an auto-flushing system, something which we used to do manually, which I think by its very nature sometimes used to get missed or didn't get done as often as it did. It removes a burden from our staff, and it means that our drinking lines are clean and get flushed out on time every time, so we're very pleased with that. It goes without saying that obviously it's important for a system like this to be Freedom Food compliant, and another factor in our decision to go with this system and with Big Dutchman was there's guidance for new perching regulations with Freedom Foods, and this system and the perching setup that it has should stand us in good stead and help to future-proof this project going forward if those recommendations are ever adopted. So that's another reason that we decided to go with this Nutura system. We're also very conscious of the environment, and at times intensive agriculture can come under a bit of scrutiny. And we've put a lot of effort into this unit to try and be as friendly to the environment as we can, and we've put a number of systems in place to try and make the unit as environmentally friendly as we can. We have equal pressure ventilation. We're also using a Stuffnix filter system to remove dust particles before they leave the shed. We'll be planting a lot of trees around about the shed and using a lot of conifer trees to try and reduce the spread of PM10s from the shed. And also with our manure drying and our heating system, we should be able to greatly reduce ammonia emissions. Our hens arrive next week, so it's in the early days, but so far, yeah, it's been a relatively enjoyable experience. There's always an element of stress involved when you're building a poultry unit. But yeah, they've been very professional, very helpful. It's always good to be able to work with a company that has a very good knowledge of their product, and that makes a big difference, especially when you're buying a product that you can't actually see with this system. So it's good to be able to speak to someone that understands their product inside out, and that helps to give you confidence to make that type of investment. So far it's been an enjoyable experience.